Rip Data Transform allows a user to alter a file after it has been ripped. The transformations can be converting a spot plate to process, assigning a spot color library to a color, removing a plate, rotating the ripped data, or clipping and padding the data. With Rampage's ink drop option, there is also the ability to apply ICC profiles to the data. For more information on the purchasable ink drop option, please contact Rampage Sales. The requirements for Rip Data Transform are Rampage System Software version 11.0 or greater, a spot color library to convert colors using LAB values, a screener application on a 2.4 GHz processor or better. Create spot color libraries, if not already created, to be used in the data transformation. The spot color library can be used to convert a spot color to process without re-ripping the file. To create the spot color library, open the Rampage client and select Spot Color Libraries from the Edit menu. Press the New button. Give the spot color library a name and press OK. Click New to create a new color in the spot color library. With the color highlighted, type in the name and then type in the values. If you have the ICC profile options, you can type in the LAB color model. If you do not, you will have to fill in the CMYK values. When you are done entering all of the colors, you can save and close the file. Click Done to close the Spot Color Library window. Rip Data Transform requires you to set up a Rampage Screener application. It is the Rampage application which processes the Rip Data Transform. Create a Rampage Screener application on a Rampage PC that is at least a 2.4 GHz processor. Select a Rampage icon on the Windows desktop. Click the right mouse button over the icon and select Copy. Right mouse click over an empty area of the desktop and select Paste. Right mouse click and rename the shortcut to Rampage Screener. Right mouse click the Rampage Screener shortcut and select Properties. In the Shortcut tab, replace everything after the dash in the target field with -SWS. So for example, instead of -O, it reads -SWS. Click Apply and OK. To continue setting up the Screener application, you need to set up the System tab. Open the Screener application and select Preferences from the Edit menu. If you already have a Rampage RIP installed, set up the System tab in the Screener application to match the System tab in the RIP application. The Rampage master volume should point to the server volume that holds the Rampage folder. The 4 job volumes point to the location of the ripped data. Switch to the Devices tab and select the device that will be using the Screener application. In the RAM-Proof tab, you should uncheck any RAM-Proof functions, otherwise the Screener application may be screening and proofing. In the Environment tab, delete any existing environment variables as these are not appropriate for the Screener application. If there are any environment variables, you will need to restart the Screener application. Click OK. You are now ready to use Rip Data Transform. Make sure the Screener application has the preferences set and is put online. Select an already ripped file in the page list. In the Register tab, select the job and profile set to register the file. Select RIP Data Transform from the RIP Profile pop-up menu. The Register button changes to RDT. Click RDT. The RIP Data Transform window opens. The Inks window will display all of the inks in the file. You have the options to print the ink or not, simulate them to process, or simulate it to process using a spot color library. If you choose Simulate to Process, you can also change the CMYK values. If you choose Spot Color Library, the Spot Color Library will become available. You can select the first and second library for Rampage to look for the spot color to convert to process. Remember, if you are using LAB color space, you must have purchased the ICC Profiles option. When colors are not found, you can select Convert to Process or Abort. Convert to Process will use the CMYK values listed above next to the spot color name. Select a destination profile. This is the press profile that is used if a spot color in the spot color library uses the LAB color space. The ICC section is only if the ink drop option has been purchased. If the ink drop option has not been purchased, select Don't Use. Use the layout area to change the position of the sheet on the plate. Use a monitor proof to determine clipping or padding. A negative number will clip, a positive number will pad. Clipping or padding is done prior to rotation. The rotation menu is used if you need to rotate the RIP data for a different device. When done, click OK. Rampage will register the file into the page list with an RDT extension for RIP Data Transform. Confirm the transformation by looking at a monitor proof. Thank you for taking the time to view this video. Documentation for this feature can be found on the Rampage CD-ROM.